What's up, everybody? Rob Vico here, coming to you with episode 57 of Rob Help My Marketing Sucks. We are off to a very, very late start today, but we didn't have any technical difficulties. Just kind of ran a whole lot late today with going to grab lunch and a bunch of other stuff that happened. But the good news is we made it. We're live. We're going to talk about creating your USP today. This is one of the most powerful things that you can create for your marketing is your USP, your unique selling proposition, your unique selling position. There's different ways that they refer to it, but this is like your elevator pitch. This is your tagline on steroids, and I'm going to jump into 15 things that you need to think about in order to write a kick-ass USP. So we're going to jump into this week's episode, but before we do, we're going to do like we always do, and we're going to start off with a big-ass thank you of the week. And this week, the big-ass thank you of the week goes out to Brenda Suarez. Brenda, I'm giving you the big-ass thank you of the week because you made me feel very special last Monday. See, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I didn't do an episode last Monday. And Brenda noticed. Brenda reached out to me and said, hey, what happened to my Monday class? I was looking forward to learning from you. So it made me feel appreciated. So thank you very much. When I decided not to do the show on last Monday, my wife asked me, why aren't you going to do the show? And, you know, to tell you the truth, I wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't in the mood. I wasn't feeling like doing it. And I said, I'm not going to do it. Before I make this into something miserable for me, I'd rather not do it. I don't want to kill my enjoyment. I enjoy doing it. I've done them 57 times now. I don't know what happened last Monday. I just wasn't feeling it. So thank you, Brenda. Next time I think I'm not feeling it, I'm not in the mood to do it, I'm going to think of Brenda, and I'm going to think that maybe there's other people out there that look forward to watching my little Rob Help My Marketing Sucks show. All right, so thank you, Brenda. We're going to jump into how to create your USP. But first, I'm going to log on to Facebook over here, and I'm going to try to monitor some of the comments. I usually, okay, so, why? Because I want to. So I want to try to be responsive. All right, so let's get into it.
Cat says nice haircut.
Who?
Cat.
Oh, thank you.
Cat.
I wasn't going to say anything until the end of the show in case people were saying, what's looks different? So, shh. All right, so your USP, your unique selling position, right? As it says, unique. So it's what makes you unique. What makes you better than every other choice out there? What makes you better than your competitors? What makes you better than them doing it themselves? And what makes you better than them doing nothing at all? Okay? Because you have to understand that you're not only facing competitors, you're facing, I can do this myself, and you're also facing procrastination, you're facing frustration, you're facing people who are overwhelmed, and a lot of times it's just easier to say, you know what, I'm not even going to bother with this. So don't think about just your competition as what's fighting for your prospect's attention. So today we're going to go through 15 things that I've picked up throughout my last 18, 19 years or so as a direct response marketer on how to create a USP. I will tell you, it is one of the most challenging things that business owners face and marketers face is creating a USP. But once you nail it, it can be very... All right. So, this is the question that you have to answer. Why should I, your prospective customer, choose to do business with you versus any and every other available option to you? Including, as I just said, not doing anything at all, or trying to do it themselves. For those of you that are in the marketing or in the coaching world, you probably have come across quite a few people who think, oh, I don't need a coach, I can figure this out on my own, or I don't need a coach, I can get it done myself, right? So that's probably one of the bigger obstacles you have to overcome, not just your competition. So let me give you examples of some very powerful USPs that most people will recognize, okay? If I were to say, fresh hot pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less, guaranteed, who would that be? Anybody want to give it a shot? Anybody want to give an answer? Come on. Fresh hot pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less, guaranteed. That's Domino's Pizza. And actually, this USP is what skyrocketed Domino's to become the billion-dollar pizza franchise. At the time that Tom came up with this USP, he had split up with his brother. They had started the pizza shop in order to pay their way through college, and one of them worked the pizza shop in the daytime, went to school at night. One of them worked the pizza shop at night, went to school in the daytime. And they just weren't cutting it. One brother said, hey, I'm done with this, and I believe bought the other brother out for like a VW Bug or something. So take the VW Bug and I bought you out. And he came up with that USP in trying to think, how do I get the attention of my audience? And his audience happened to be a starving crowd, which is a term we use a lot in marketing, or you want to put your product or your service in front of a starving crowd. Well, he literally had a starving crowd. A part of that starving crowd were a bunch of potheads that were too high to go and get their own pizza, and he started to develop this, and it became what catapulted Domino's onto the scene. The other one I got for you is when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight, right? Yeah, Xavier Domino. I don't think that's how you spell domino, but I get what you're saying. So when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight, if I were to say that to you, what pops into your head? All right. So, well, before I move on, that's FedEx. Okay. I don't think UPS has
I don't think so.
Oh yes, UPS had a really shitty one, which was what can Brown do for you, right? That the reason I say that's shitty is because it's not benefit driven. Okay. The FedEx one, if you pay attention to that, when you absolutely positively need it, they're overnight guaranteed. Now that's a benefit driven message. That's what I need to do. Is I need to get this shit over there in 24 hours, guaranteed. Not what can Brown do for me. I don't know what Brown can do for me. Can it get this package over there overnight guaranteed? All right. So let me focus, Rob. Focus. All right. So these are the things that you need to answer. Okay. We're going to go through 15 things that you need to answer, you need to think about in order to create a kick-ass USP that's going to set you apart from your competition. Okay. So the first thing you need to think of is, what do you do great? What does your business do better than any other business out there? Okay? I want you guys to really think about it, and I want, if you're watching and you're thinking, put it up in the comments. I'm trying to get used to not just doing the show, but interacting with you all and making this a little bit more of a workshop type of thing, where we can kind of maybe bounce some ideas off, get some feedback from the other viewers, get my feedback on your working on. So, what makes you great? That's the first thing you need to answer, okay? What sets you apart? If for my example, I'll try to use my business as an example. For my company, Outrageous Promotions, what we do different than every other promotional product company out there is we don't just sell you the promotional product. We help you create that promotional item. We help you tie that into a complete marketing campaign. No other promotional product company does that. All they do is ask you what color, how many, when do you need them, right? That's not what we do. So that sets us apart in a very unique way. The next thing you need to think about is how will it benefit your target market, okay? And the FedEx example versus UPS was a great way to illustrate that, okay? When you look at what can Brown do for you, and you look at when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight, which one is a benefit-driven statement? It just occurred to me, the Domino's one as well. What was it? Fresh hot pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less, guaranteed. That's a benefit-driven statement. Papa John's, better pizza, better ingredients, is not a benefit-driven statement. Okay? So try to take the features of your product, translate those features into benefits, and then try to tie in the benefit into your USP. I've talked a lot about features versus benefits. I'll try to give you a quick example of what I mean in case you're watching you haven't watched previous episodes. Okay, so a feature, a seatbelt in a car is a feature. The benefit of the seatbelt is you're not gonna fly out the front window when you get into an accident. The benefit of the benefit is you're gonna be alive to see your kids graduate and to see your grandkids, right? So that's feature, benefit, benefit of the benefit. Your Way, Right Away, Burger King. Best damn crab cakes. Whose is that, Xavier? Best damn crab cakes. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. That sounds like what we were trying to do for Joey G when he had the El Mundi restaurant, where we were going to do a big campaign, just driving traffic to his restaurant on the USP of the best damn crab cake ever. So I don't know if that's what you're referring to, but that's what that reminded me of, Z. All right, let's go. Clearly identify your target market. Okay, so who is this for? I talk about this in headlines. You always want to identify in your headline who the message is for, because that's what's going to engage that prospect. That's what's going to engage your target market. So a good example of how that would work would be, I help XYZ. I help attorneys. I help shipping companies. I work with trucking companies. I don't know what some of the examples. You get my point. It's very defined who you're helping, right? Because that's what's going to engage the prospect's attention. When you're at a networking event and you introduce yourself and you give out your USP, it immediately is going to qualify the leads for you. The people that you're meeting at a networking event, you're going to be able to qualify them. Because if I say, I help attorneys do this, it says, well, I'm an attorney, right? Great. If I say, I help attorneys do this, and I'm a plumber, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not done talking. Say, nice to meet you. I'm going to go out and meet the next person, right? So, opportunity gap. What void in the marketplace can you fulfill? Okay. So based on your product or service, based on your marketplace, just like FedEx realized that, hey, there's a need for people that want to get packages overnight. Domino's figured out there's a need for people that want pizza in 30 minutes. Okay. So what is that void? What is that gap in the marketplace? I'll give you another example from my industry. In my industry, the promotional products industry, I'd say it was probably about 2010 that one supplier, one of the big factories, started offering 24-hour service, meaning that I put in the order for these branded pens and they are ready to ship out tomorrow, and there was no rush charge for this. So they found a void, right? Nobody had one-day rush service, and if they did, they were charging a premium for that service. They came along, they did this absolutely free, they turned the industry on its head. A lot of the suppliers now offer 24-hour turnaround on a selected amount of their items. So they found a void in the marketplace, they filled it, and now the marketplace is copying them. But that's fine. It's the same thing that happens with McDonald's. McDonald's comes up with something new, everybody copies McDonald's. Right? By the time they're copying McDonald's, McDonald's is already on to the next new thing. So they're always playing catch up. They're always chasing after McDonald's. That's what this supplier did. They had the rest of the industry chasing after them. By the time the industry catches up to them, they've already innovated the next thing. Got something here blocking my view. Should be short and easy to relay. Okay, so your USP should be very short. Your USP should not be a paragraph. Your USP should not be the biography of your life and your business. The USP needs to be quick, catchy, just like fresh hot pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less, guaranteed. When it absolutely positively needs to be there overnight. Now notice those two statements. I just realized both of those statements are not only benefit driven, but both of those statements imply that the product or service is guaranteed, okay, which is very, very important in converting the prospect. Right. You want that when someone hears it, it strikes up conversation. Okay. I'll give you an example using myself again. When we're at networking events, or should I say when Christina is at networking events, because if you watch the show long enough, you know that I fucking hate going to networking events. It's not that I'm not a people person, or it's not that I'm introverted, it's just I'm not good with the whole small talk and the whole BS of networking with people. But it should be something that immediately starts conversation, okay? So when someone meets us at a networking event, we don't say we're in the promotional products business. We might say something like, we help small businesses create outrageously effective marketing. Most people would reply, oh, interesting, how do you do that? Okay, so that's what I mean by something that's a conversation starter. Okay, so maybe ending it in a way that piques their interest, maybe ending it in a way that asks them a question. Like, for example, I help small businesses use the power of promotional products to create outrageously effective marketing. Do you use promotional products? That's a good way to start the conversation. But it should be a conversation starter on its own. Look, number 7, offer a guarantee. This is what I just mentioned. Find a way to incorporate the guarantee into your USP. Number 8, deliver speed. Deliver speed. Okay, so it needs to, your USP can stand out if you position yourself as fast, just like Pizza Hut. Just like Domino's, just like FedEx did. And you have to make it believable. Okay, you cannot. So look. to make it believable, don't get very creative. Right? Some people want to take a USP and make it very creative and add these fun words. You know, that's all great and dandy for the creative folks, but you want it to be short, sweet, simple, and believable. So when you start using words like amazing results and I help small businesses get incredible amount of leads overnight, it sounds hypey, it sounds a little unbelievable. And then what is your big promise, right? This is the big promise is basically all of it bundled up together. Someone's knocking, Christy. Your big promise is all of it bundled up together in a way that positions you as the only viable option versus your competition doing it themselves or doing nothing at all. All right? So next thing you got to think about is, what do people hate that you can fix? Okay? So if you deal with something that's a big pain point, a big frustration in the marketplace, or a big frustration for the prospects or the end users, you want to capitalize on that and position your product as the product that will help fix this frustration. And what will your customers experience? This goes all back to benefit driven, and then go beyond the benefits and go deeper and go to the benefit of the benefits. Okay? Your niche. Right? This is part of who you serve. See? So if your niche is furniture stores and you want to include that in your USP, as we mentioned in one of the other points, I don't remember which one it was. 14 is your personality. Okay? I try to incorporate my personality. I'll try to incorporate, I like to use the word kick ass a lot, so I'll try to incorporate that. So based on your personality, and it doesn't have to be just your personality, based on the personality that you've created for your business, right? The brand that you've created, incorporate that into it. And now here's the trick to it all. Now you got to combine all of these 15 things together to create one very, very powerful statement. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to use all 15. You can kind of select the ones that are logical to you, select the ones that stand out to you, or select the ones that you can easily fill in the gaps, and you'll be able to create your USP. Café Pilón. Sabroso hasta el último buchito. There you go. Z, that's a good one.
Kat does this well on her branding.
Oh, yes. Yes, Chrissy was just telling me how Kat Statnick, the action coach, does a very good job with her branding and her USP and her overall theme of being an action taker. All right, so I got some ideas for you, some templates that you can kind of plug in to help you kind of digest these 15 different things, and how are we going to kind of create all this into one USP, right? So it does take work, as I said before. It's one of the most challenging things that you have to create. It's one of the most challenging things that I have to create for a client. What makes it even more challenging when you're creating it for a client is a lot of times I'll position a client in a certain way, and then I got to get the client on board with that. I got to get the client to see the value. I got to get the client to see the way this positions them very, very differently in the marketplace, and a lot of them freak out. A lot of clients freak out when I talk about niches. A lot of clients freak out when I talk about finding a unique position. You know, look, Brenda that was on here. I had a phone call with Brenda about how do we position Brenda in a unique way to be a real estate agent. And we found a very unique way to play into Brenda's personality, to play into Brenda's experience with her kids going off to college. And we started to work on a very niche service, a very niche real estate service for Brenda to position herself. So it's going to require some research. Oh, what happened to my comments? They went away. Hey, Angie. We were just talking about you the other day. Christy mentioned you, and look, boom, there you are. Okay? It's going to take a little research. I would advise that if you're going to try to get some feedback, reach out to your existing clients or customers and get feedback from them, because that's your target market. If you decide that you write a couple of different versions, and then you go and you ask your uncle and your aunt and your tío and your tía and your pariente and your neighbor, they're not your target market. Their opinions are going to be all over the place. Their feedback is going to be all over the place. It's going to confuse you. And it's going to overwhelm you. Only get feedback from your target market. If you have a good relationship with a few of your customers or clients, reach out to them personally, read it to them, get their feedback. That's the feedback you want to get, right? So don't get feedback from your coworkers. Don't get feedback from your employees. Get feedback directly from your target market. And your USP is something that evolves. As your business evolves, as your product or services evolve, your USP is an evolving statement. It grows with your company as you expand, as you change your direction, as you pivot. You want to keep tweaking your USP. Okay? To break it down into simple steps so that it doesn't overwhelm you, research your audience, create an ideal buyer persona. Okay? There's a lot of talk in internet marketing and in funnels and ClickFunnels about creating your customer avatar. Okay? So sit down and think, what are my clients' pain points? What are their frustrations? What are their wants? What are their desires? What are the benefits they want? What are the benefits of the benefits? Right? Think of those things and then create your ideal client, because we're going to talk to them. We're going to write this USP as if we were talking to them. Research your competitors. Find out what that void in the marketplace is. Find out what you do better than they do. Find out where they drop the ball. Determine the primary benefit of your product. That's crucial. Right? So here's a template on how you can kind of just plug in the blanks. For blank, okay, can you see that good there on the screen, Christy? So I don't have to read every... No, they can't? Even if you go full screen?
Not on your device, you wouldn't be able
No,
to.
I get it. I'm trying to open it up on the laptop, but it says something went wrong. We're having trouble playing this video. All right, so I guess I'll just read it. For blank targeted customer, okay? So for attorneys, for business owners, who... Then you're going to add the statement of the need or the opportunity. Our product or service is, you're going to fill in the product and category, that benefit statement. I know that's very difficult to follow along with when you can't see what I'm reading and I'm just talking with blank, so I'm going to give you an example of it. For non-technical marketers who struggle to find return on investment in social media, our product is a web-based analytics software that translates engagement metrics into actionable revenue metrics. That's a bit of a mouthful, but if you're talking about technical, that's kind of the mouthful you want to give, especially if you're talking technical to non-technical people. This is techie stuff for non-techie people. So the wording could be a little bit on the overwhelming side because you want your prospect to feel like, oh shit, I'm not a techie guy. This is kind of a little overwhelming, but hey, here's the solution to my problem. Hey, what's up, Jaden? How you doing, man? Thanks for watching. Template number 2. Okay. Proven industry example of, and then you, okay? Quick samples. The Airbnb of yachts. That's a very simple USP that people can very easily comprehend, can very easily understand what that is. That must be a company that has yacht shares or that you can, kind of rent a yacht for the weekend. The Walmart of health food stores, right? Again, very simple. Implies that I'm a very large health food nutrition supplement with low prices. Okay, you don't need to say all of that because the comparison, the Walmart of health food stores creates that for you. It creates the positioning for you. We help X do Y doing Z. Right? I'll give you an example of how that template works. We help non-technical marketers discover return on investment in social media by turning engagement metrics into revenue metrics. Right? Makes sense? It's a very, very simple template for any business to be able to fill that out. We help X do Y doing Z. Okay? It's a very, very simple formula. Template number 4. Short, simple, memorable, what, who, what, how, why. Okay? Keywords or phrases and no expert jargon. Right? So a sample of that is mint.com is the free, easy way to manage your money online. Okay? Very, very sweet and simple. It's got some keyword phrases built into it, like managing your money online. And it's got some simple benefits. What, how, why. It's free. It's easy. It's how to manage your money online. Template number 5. Develop intrigue by highlighting the problem. Okay? Completely random, but that's one of my favorite copywriting formulas is problem, agitate, solve. Okay? In the problem, agitate, solve copywriting formula, you're going to initially in your copy, in your sales page, in your email, whatever it is that you're writing, you're going to address the problem, then you're going to agitate that problem, and then you're going to offer the solution to that problem, being your product or service. So develop by highlighting the problem. Tell the audience up front what your company sells, the differentiation down to one simple sentence, and then establish credibility by sharing the prestige of team members, customers, or investors. Okay, I like to use customers. Sample. One person dies of melanoma every 62 minutes. We offer a dermatoscope app for iPhone that enables people to easily diagnose their skin, leveraging patented pattern recognition technology trusted by the World Health Organization. You see how powerful that is? It's got social proof. It's got the solution. It's got the benefit. That is a very powerful. I know when I'm going over the template or the formula, it may sound a little bit overwhelming that you have like these 4 steps, but look, just take this part and fill in the blanks to work for your company. Swipe that and fill in the blanks, okay? So, I don't know, let's try to pull something off here. One small business dies every 6 months due to bad marketing. We offer outrageously effective marketing for plumbers and electricians that enable them to quickly increase leads by leveraging our patented social media technology trusted by or endorsed by Facebook. All right? Completely random shit that I just made up there. Just trying to show you that it's very simple to just kind of swipe this and plug in what your business or your product service does.
That's also a good example of problem agitate solve.
Yeah, it's very similar to the problem agitate solve. Okay, this one's quick and easy. Okay, you're going to take an action verb, the object of the action, and the contextual identifier. So, manages personal finances at home, that would be mint.com. Preserving fun memories, that's Kodak's new fun saver. So, going over it, I have enough time on this show to go over what you need to do. I don't have enough time to go over it with you. I don't have enough time to kind of go into a lot of detail. So, I would love if you all took the time to create your USP and shared it with the rest of us. If you share it in the group, in the comments, I'll give you my feedback, and you can get the feedback from others who are watching. If you share it in if you're a member of my Facebook group, Kick-Ass Marketing for Brick and Mortar Business Owners, you want to share it in the group, that's great. I'll give you feedback there, as well as you can get feedback from all the other Kick-Ass marketers in that group. If you're not in the group, you might want to head over there. It's Kick-Ass Marketing for Brick and Mortar Business Owners. I'll put a link in the comments. You can join the group. I don't know if you all are aware of this, but it's free to join. So you can come join the group, get a little feedback on your USP from other business owners and other marketers. But I want to try to do a little contest. We're going to do the Pick a Winner contest. So if you create your USPs and you put them up in the comments or put them in the Facebook group, after I give all the feedback, I'm going to pick the USP that I thought was the best one, and then I'm going to help you further tweak that, because next year, in the beginning of the year, January, I'm going to be offering some online training workshops. And one of those is going to be the Kick-Ass USP. And that training is going to be online. It's going to be about $97. But if I pick yours as the winner, you're going to get that completely free of charge. You're going to have access to the thing, to the training. And maybe we'll even feature you as an example, as a case study in that training video. And I'll work with you one-on-one before that happens so that we can really tweak and nail down your USP. So if you want my help in tweaking and nailing down your USP and then showcasing it on that training that's happening in January, go ahead, put in your USPs in the comments or drop them into my group, and I will pick a winner. Like, what's this kid? This is Melvin from The Simpsons. Melvin, just like Melvin's picking a winner there, I'm going to pick a winner and help you develop that USP. All right. Before we sign off, we end every episode with the WTF marketing moment of the week, and this one by far has to be the funniest one I've yet to see. This one came in, I think, Carlos Hernandez. What do y'all think of that? I mean, I understand that foxes have tails, but could they not have made the tail like bend downward or something? This is real. This isn't Photoshop. This is Palmetto Chevrolet off of 57th, where the old warehouse used to be. That is a WTF marketing moment of the week. It definitely gets attention when you're driving by and you see a fox with that big tail. Let's just call it a tail. All right, that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you take what you learned today, create a kick-ass USP that's going to set you apart from your competition and every other available option to them. I hope you take me up on my challenge and post your USP. I'll pick a winner and we'll let you in on the USP training. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to see you all next Monday at 2 p.m. for episode 58 of Rob Help My Marketing Sucks. It's Rob Vico and I'm signing out.